I'm innocent. I didn't do it.
That's what they all say.
What are some difficulties you face being a woman in this, very male-dominated job?
The fact that, they underestimate you as a female.
We have to answer humanity's call to explore.
Feminism is just another word for equality.
Because you know your own value. Know your own value.
How does it feel to be riding in the front?
Very official.
Very official, right? You feel so important?
Yeah.
I do
I
too.
feel like I'm about to take down
some criminals.
Yeah. Can you tell me what your official job title is and what that means?
Yes, so my title is Deputy Sheriff Generalist. We start off as a deputy and I'm patrol trained, so I work out in the streets. We do have our custody deputies, so they mainly work in our custody facilities, so like the jails. So I did work the jail system for about 3 years before I came out to the actual community. So I got a little bit of training in how to handle people that have already been arrested and off the street and are now being housed in jail. So I started off there, so I never got to see how they got there, right? But now I do, because now I'm the one that's in charge of arresting them and taking them to jail.
And the titles, what's the difference between like deputy and officer and sheriff and all that?
So there's an officer and a deputy. So one's sheriff and one's officer. So the difference, it really is just the areas that we patrol.
Got it.
So it's not, we're doing the same job, but in a different uniform and in a different area. So that's as far as titles. We go from deputy to sergeant to lieutenant. So kind of like in the military, if you want to compare it to that. And at the very top,
Wow.
What would you guess would be at the very top? Our main,
like commander?
like sheriff, our main sheriff, the sheriff of everyone.
Deputy Renteria has the most amazing patrol area. Can you guess where we are? We are at the police station.
One of our substations. We have a contract with Universal Studios. So we do a lot of patrol work and respond to calls at Universal Studios. So it's kind of a cool little gig. So it's not like a regular patrol station. So we get to deal with the theme park.
I'm so excited. Can you go undercover on rides?
I wish I could. That would be a really cool job, but we have to be in uniform.
Aw. I feel very protected.
Maisie, the outfit is actually the perfect color coordination.
It is. It's very cute. I love it.
So what's a typical day like at your job?
Getting ready. So start a shift, just making sure I get myself dressed in uniform. This is what I wear every day.
It looks
There's
heavy.
a taser, right? So there's a taser. We have my baton right here. Always have a flashlight. Our body cam. So whenever we interact with anybody, so say if you were to call the station and say, I need your help or whatever the case may be, we show up and our body cam will record everything our interaction together. So it'll record everything. So that way, everyone makes sure that we're all doing our job and that everything is going the way it's supposed to go. We have our pepper spray. So this, we try not to use it unless we really need to. It's not fun to get sprayed in the academy. So we get to feel what somebody would feel if they were to get sprayed in the face.
Did you know birds are immune to pepper spray due to the lack of capsaicin receptors, the chemical that makes pepper spicy that pepper spray is made of? But seriously, why would anyone pepper spray a bird?
And then we have our extra ammunition, so in case we run out from our own duty weapon. One of my favorite parts of my equipment is a tourniquet. Have you guys ever heard of a tourniquet? Yeah, in case one of us was to get shot or one of us would need to use this to stop the bleeding, I have it right here at all times. Is probably one of my favorite things that I like to carry.
Did you know that the name tourniquet comes from the French word tourner, meaning to turn, due to the turning action used to tighten the bandage? You're carrying a lot. So how much does this weigh?
This weighs probably, all my gear together, probably a little over 20 pounds.
Wow.
Here, I'll even let you kind of carry the vest.
Such an honor.
Yes.
How do
So you
I-
slip on your arm through there. You wrap it around.
Oh.
She could already feel the weight. So how does that feel?
Heavy.
Heavy, right? I'm used to it, but here, I'll adjust it just so you can kind of get a feel for it, but look at that.
Ready to crime.
Maisie, ready to fight crime. Ready to fight crime. So now imagine having a belt. So you have that and then a belt and then
I already feel very heavy.
heavy, right? So that's kind of cool, right? So this is my everyday uniform. So, and this in here, it's a vest, so it has you know, level of protection. So there's our bulletproof vest in there. So
Oh, wow.
so it has it in the front and the back. So get my car ready. That's the main thing, making sure that we have a functional car. So we got to check the lights, the sirens. So this is all of our, so this is where we get our calls for service. This is like all our messages. We read it, right? And then this is our mic to talk to our dispatch.
Whoa.
This one is to actually talk to the public. So when I'm like, move out of the way. so that is for the car. And then this is like our lights. So you can see there's 1 level, 2, and then 3. So, and then there's our horn too. So this is all of our, basically the lights to our car.
That looks so
Yeah, so it's cool, right?
fun.
The seat's not comfortable, right?
No.
Yeah, it's not fun back there. Yeah, we're not trying to have them enjoy the ride.
All right, let's make this the only time you're in the back seat.
Yes.
I'm innocent. I didn't do it.
That's what they all say. After that, then, you know, just responding to calls for service.
Is it usually pretty slow?
Depends. So Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, towards the end of the week, is when things really pick up. At the beginning of the week, it tends to be a little bit slower. On average, if we were to have a busy day, I would say 15, 20 calls.
So you should commit crimes at the end of the week.
No, come in at the beginning because it's slower. We'll have more time. But yeah, or don't commit crimes at all.
So what do you like most about your job?
I love helping people. I know that's a very cliche thing to say, but I love helping people. That's why I got into this job. Seeing people in their lowest point in some situations where they really need our help, and then just seeing it through and seeing how we're able to help them and help them get to a better place, that makes me feel like I did my job.
That's amazing.
I wanted to join a field where I'm able to help the community in a different way other than the medical, because I am medically trained. So you can join the department when you're 21. I waited until I was 30 to join the department. So I had a lot of life experience prior to that, which I feel made me a little bit more successful because I had that foundation of medical training. So I do have my radiology license. So I used to do that.
Oh, wow.
I have a phlebotomy, so I used to draw blood. So the fact that I was in the medical field before this, I think made me do my job better when I respond to, you know, traumatic calls. I also carry gear in the car. This is something that we carry with us too. So if somebody were to overdose, it has our Narcan spray. So this is what we would use and spray into somebody's nose if they were to be experiencing an overdose incident, and that would pretty much bring them back to life. This is our trauma kit. So this is more when you get hurt a little bit more as far as like open wounds, possible gunshot wounds, anything like that, extensive bleeding. This is what we would use to help stop the bleeding and to kind of control it until you get, you know, advanced level of care beyond us. in the academy, they teach us the basic like EMT course, like an emergency medical technician course. It's a condensed course. It's 40 hours, and it teaches us the basics, like, you know, wound care, you know, any treatment for small lacerations, in case somebody were to, even childbirth, they'd give us a little small course in case somebody was to experience, you know, be in active labor, and we would kind of help that until somebody of higher level of care, which in most cases is our fire department, our paramedics. They would show up and take over.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
Have you ever hoped deep down that you, I don't know, like you just might get to deliver a baby on the job? Because
that is something that I hope one day I get to help with. I do have the training for it, so that would be a really cool experience. And you know, hopefully I get to experience that one day and everything goes well. But yeah, that's something that I've thought about. So
bucket list.
yes, bucket list. It's on my bucket list.
What was your training like?
I love physical fitness, so training was fun for me. This is like our new station, and I'll show you our gym area.
Cool. Oh, fancy.
All right, isn't it fancy? They're putting it together. Obviously, before you get hired, you have to pass our physical abilities test. When I went through the process, they time you for like 2 minutes. So pull-ups, you can do up to 20. If you do 20, then you've scored very high. So that's pull-ups. That's pull-ups. And then they do 2 minutes of sit-ups. You max out at 75 sit-ups in 2 minutes if you can make the max. 50 push-ups in 2 minutes if you're able to do that. And then you do a 1.5 mile run. So that's 6 laps around the track. You kind of do a little bit of different stuff to get, a little bit of everything, because they want to make sure that you are a well-rounded, physically fit person.
Cool.
Yeah, because you saw the equipment, right? You felt how heavy it was. A lot of it is physical work. Don't get me wrong, you do get a lot of training in, you know, writing, because you have to be a good report writer, because you need to be able to articulate that a crime happened. Practice certain tactics on how we respond to certain calls. The training is not easy, but it's 20 weeks of training. So 20 weeks of training for you to learn all these things. But this is, you know, some of our computers that we would use to do our report writing. So this is our detectives area. They haven't set it up actually, but this would be it. It's tiny. It's really tiny. It's not meant to be comfortable, but it's there would be a desk there. It's yeah. Oh, look at Maisie. No, we won't lock you in.
Oh, no, the door. Shut the door.
Bye, Maisie. Nice knowing you.
When you've thought about what you've done, you can come out.
What are some difficulties you face being a woman in this, you know, very male-dominated job?
The fact that, yeah, they underestimate you as a female, especially if you're a smaller female. Not only do you have to fight that much harder and train that much harder, but your command presence when you respond to calls, you have to also be much more confident, because the first thing we do is we read a book by its cover, right? You've heard that saying, people will judge you from the outside. So if you show up and you don't have that confidence and you don't have that command presence, people will automatically assume that you're not really good at your job or that you don't mean business. So as a female, you have to be going in there, not going in there too hard, but with enough confidence to show them, hey, I know what I'm doing. I know my job. I have the same training as my partner over there. That's probably twice as big as me. But that is kind of, you always have that battle where you have to fight a little bit harder.
As of 2023, only 13.8% of all law enforcement officers in the United States are female.
You always have to be motivated. Even when you fail, that failure teaches you how to be successful next time.
That's great advice.
Mm-hmm. I like your earrings, by the way.
Thank you.
Is that Jupiter?
It's Saturn.
Saturn?
Yeah, it's always been my favorite.
Yeah, and why is that?
Feels very powerful,
Mm-hmm.
but very beautiful as well. Yeah. You can be pretty, you can like pink, and you can build a rocket.
And still be, you know, a kick-ass woman. Yeah, exactly. I love that. As a female in this field, I feel like I like to hold on to my femininity because it is who I am, and I don't want to lose that just because I'm around men, you know, and it's not gonna make me less tough if that makes sense. Just because I'm wearing earrings doesn't mean I'm less tough. So,
And this is just something I wanted your opinion on. So there's a law in San Diego where you have to have all your Christmas decorations put away before February 2nd, or you'll get a fine of $250. So what's yours?
my thought on that?
Yeah.
Well, that is something that I probably wouldn't agree on, because who doesn't like to have that Christmas spirit? I don't know if I would enforce that law myself, but I would probably turn a blind eye.
No, no, no.
Well, then the whole point of, this interview and this series is to put out more female role models for little girls to look up to. So we're so happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. And I think you guys are doing amazing with this, because children need somebody to look up to, a positive role model, and especially little girls. You know, you guys are doing something great. So I appreciate you guys reaching out and, having me here.
They're brain snacks.